It's the Loan Show on KSRO with George Adair. Call in with your questions now at 636-1350.
Hey, good afternoon, Sonoma County. My name is George Adair. I am the host of the Ask the Expert series, The Loan Show on KSRO. Hey, this is the show where we discuss everything mortgage, how it impacts your life, and how to improve your personal balance sheet. Give us a call here. We're live in the studio at 636-1350. Again, 636-1350. As I've said, I'm a licensed real estate broker, and I hold an NMLS license to originate loans. I guess that makes me an expert, and that's why I'm doing this show, to see if I can help pass on some of that hard-earned knowledge to some of you folks out there. KSRO listeners have been great calling in with questions. I encourage you to do the same. Again, the number is 636-1350. Call us at 636-1350. Hey, I'm at Bay Equity Home Loans. We're on the corner of 4th and East Street. We're here to answer your questions if you don't get them on the air. But I encourage you to call us sooner than later, right, Michelle? Because sometimes we
run out of time at the end of the show. A half hour goes by really quick. So now is the time. If you have a question, if you've been listening to George for the past couple of weeks and have something is in the back of your head, wait, I want to ask George this question, but you think of it at the end of the show or maybe a day later, now is the time to give us a call at 636-1350, 636-1350.
Thank you for that. So today we have a special topic and a special guest, and we're going to be talking about reverse mortgages. Are you considering a reverse mortgage? Maybe you've seen Robert Wagner or the various other senior out-of-work Hollywood spokespeople that have opted for a new contract in financial services representation, where they'll give you a magnifying glass if you call and get information. I'm here with Marshall Field. Hey, Marshall, thanks for joining us today.
Hi, George. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Marshall works with me in our downtown office in Santa Rosa. And, hey, Marshall, I asked you to come in because I know that you're a seasoned mortgage veteran. I know that not just from the gray hair on your head, but from the resume that you've presented to me when you decided to come join us at Bay Equity. I asked Marshall to come in because he's been around for a long time, and we wanted to open up a reverse mortgage division. And so Marshall became our Robert Wagner, and here he is live in the studio.
I'd like to think of myself more as Pat Boone.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, Marshall, how long have you been in the mortgage business?
I've been in the mortgage business for over 35 years.
Okay, and when did you start doing reverse mortgages?
I started doing reverse mortgages about 3.5 years ago.
Okay. And have you found that there's been a high demand for reverse mortgages lately?
Yeah, I think the reverse mortgage product is a very unique product. It was designed specifically to help seniors tap into the equity of their homes. The product that we offer is the home equity conversion mortgage, which is offered through FHA.
And that stands for HECM, right?
That stands for HECM.
Okay.
That's what we like to call it. That's how we shorten it.
That's how we shorten it because it's a pretty it's a mouthful to get that out. HECM, you'll see that around, folks, is the abbreviation there. So what is the difference between a reverse mortgage and a conventional loan or an FHA loan?
Well, a reverse mortgage enables the senior to tap into the equity in their home without having an obligation to make payments. On a conventional loan, as you know, George, you have to make monthly payments. With a reverse mortgage, you can draw the equity from your home and use it for a variety of reasons. Make home improvements, take a vacation, virtually anything you want to, and it's tax-free.
Oh, okay. So there's definitely some advantages for folks who want to get into a reverse mortgage, but you have to have equity, right?
You have to have equity to be eligible for the program. The senior has to be at least 62 years old and occupy the property. If there's two seniors borrowing together, the amount that you're eligible to borrow is based on the age of the youngest occupying senior.
So you're saying that there could be two co-borrowers on a reverse mortgage?
Correct.
Okay, so a husband and wife team would be a co-borrower situation, potentially, where they both sign on the loan?
Yes, and they don't have to be husband and wife.
Oh, okay. So, and you said that the younger member has to be at least 62, right?
That's correct.
Okay, and now does the terms of the loan evolve or change if it's someone who, say, is 75 or 80 years old compared to someone who's 62?
Well, the amount that the senior is eligible to borrow is based on three things: their age, the interest rate on the loan, and the appraised value of the property. There are different loan options. You can do fixed rate loans, and there are adjustable rate loan options as well.
So I don't understand, because I know that I'm supposed to be an expert here, but that's why I brought you in. So, I want to add some credibility to this topic. So if it's an adjustable rate mortgage and the borrower's not making payments, what is adjustable about the mortgage?
Well, in the case of an adjustable rate loan, most seniors will use that feature, that option, in order to to tap into the equity in the home and use it as a line of credit.
Okay.
Where they can also actually take a lump sum, establish a line of credit, and receive monthly payments or a combination thereof. Those programs, though, are only offered with an adjustable rate.
Okay.
The fixed rate products are all obviously fixed rate, but when you borrow a lump sum, the full amount eligible to you, most people use the fixed rate option for that.
I see. Okay, so you could use this as a line of credit.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so that's interesting. So if you use it as a line of credit, then it's like any other line of credit where you're only paying on the amount you've drawn. Is that correct? Okay. So what are there terms on these loans, or does it basically mature once the person passes away? At what point? I mean, if you're a 62-year-old and you get this loan, is the bank prepared to have this loan out there for maybe even 38, 40 years if someone's going to live to be 100, as homeowners are continuing to live to be older ages? I'm sure that's got to be a consideration, right?
Well, that depends on what option you select when you choose your mortgage. If you pick the term mortgage, then you make equal payments for a fixed period of months selected, for example, 30 years. You can also pick the tenured option, which enables you to receive equal monthly payments as long as at least one of the borrowers lives and continues to occupy the property as a principal residence.
Okay. So what happens if someone does pass? What's the next step? Does the bank, I know that people have heard that the bank just gets your house, but that's not true, right?
That is not true.
What happens to the house?
What happens is there are two situations that trigger the obligation to repay the loan. One is that the senior passes and obviously is no longer capable of occupying the premises, or two is that the senior has to move into a care facility with no possibility of returning to the home. In that case, the heirs to the property, in the event the senior passes, have 6 months to either decide to sell the property and take whatever equity is still in the property, refinance it into their own name. In the unlikely event that the property is worth, well, I shouldn't say unlikely given these times, but in the unlikely event that the property is worth less than what is owed against it, then the heirs can walk away from the property, in which case the home then goes to the government and they will dispose of it.
Okay. So basically, death or someone's inability to continue to live in the property, it will trigger a maturity and call the note due. And,
Correct.
And just like in a conventional loan, for those of you that are familiar with that maturity process, your loan comes to a point where it's actually due, and you have to make plans to refinance or sell that home. And that's something that I think is a misnomer out there. I think a lot of folks, as I had set up that question, they think I'm going to get a reverse mortgage. It's all the wealth I have now is in my house, or a majority of it is, and you want to pass it on to your heirs. There's still equity to pass on to the heirs. I mean, basically, presuming the house has gone up in value over the time and it hasn't gone up less than the amount of depreciated interest, or recapitalized interest, I should say, then when they do sell the house, they're going to still get that equity out, right? I mean, they're not giving that to the bank. It's their money.
Fortunately, with this FHA product, the way it was structured protects the senior and their heirs by enabling them to grab the equity if they do need to sell the house, and there is equity, and if not, because of the mortgage insurance pool that is created through the funding of the loan, the government can then tap into that pool to make itself whole in the unlikely event that they get the property back.
Okay, good. I think that was a really good comprehensive overview of reverse mortgages, and I appreciate all that, Marshall. Hey, folks, we're live in the studio, and we want your calls. This should be a topic of interest to a lot of you KSRO listeners starting to approach your golden years. Or those of you that have parents that maybe would be interested in a reverse mortgage. So we're gonna go to break here, but I want you to call us here at the office. That's what I say to people when I leave voicemails.
This is my office.
Call Michelle here at her office. Our number is 636-1350. Live in the studio at 636-1350. We're gonna come back and talk about the heirs and how they impact a senior's ability to get a reverse mortgage. Don't go away and give us a call. We'll see you in just a few.
To find out more about Bay Equity Home Loans, call George Adair at 707-583-8100. That's 707-583-8100.
Hey there, Sonoma County. This is George Adair, host of the all-new Loan Show on KSRO. I'm inviting KSRO listeners to join me on Wednesday at 12:30 for a lighthearted but informative look at mortgage and real estate matters that affect you. I want your calls and questions, so join me Wednesdays at 12:30 for the Loan Show on KSRO. Folks, you know I'm always touting the benefits of a 15-year fixed loan, right? My logic is simple. Most people will save over $100,000 in interest. You could actually own your home free and clear by the time you retire. I want you to know that Bay Equity Home Loans is offering a 15-year loan at 3.25%. APR 3.39%. So call me at 583-8100 and see if you qualify for this amazingly low fixed rate loan and start paying your loan off for good. Call 583-8100 and see how much you can save. That number again is 583-8100. Don't forget to tune into the Loan Show on KSRO every Wednesday at 12:30.
Department of Corporations number 6053919. NMLS 238915. Equal housing lender.
Okay, so you're smart about your family's budget and you would never sacrifice your family's safety. However, you may be unaware that one of the most neglected and hardest working appliances in your home is just begging for your attention. PG&E says this appliance is responsible for up to 60% of your utility bill, and according to the Consumer Product Safety Commission, more than 500 people perish every year from undiagnosed problems. What am I talking about? Paul Bigham here with 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning, and I'm talking about your heating and cooling system. To keep your system running at peak efficiency, and most importantly, to ensure the safety of your family, call us, 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning, and schedule your annual tune-up. Mention this ad, and we'll even give you $30 off. Peace of mind is priceless, and everything we do comes with a money-back guarantee.
1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning at 545-1800. That's 545-1800. Or on the web at onehourheatandac.com.
Staples knows that in a small business, technology is all you.
Dave, can we get new laptops?
Oh, no, we're not upgrading until next year.
Oops, I might need one sooner.
Oops, me too.
Yours still looks good, Sally.
How about now?
No, that's broken.
Get a great deal on a laptop. For a limited time, get a $100 prepaid Visa card when you buy select Windows 7 PCs. Staples. That was easy. For a limited time, valid on select models only. Visa card issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank N.A. pursuant to a license from Visa USA Incorporated. Terms and conditions apply to the card. See store for details.
Facility maintenance pros. Ask yourself this question. Self, does managing my facilities inventory drive me crazy? If yourself answered yes, then Granger, the best resource for facility supplies, offers KeepStock, a service that helps take the cost out of managing your inventory. With KeepStock, you'll know exactly what you have, where to find it when you need it, and you can stop all this talking to yourself.